Bonjour et bienvenue à ma chaîne YouTube. Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to solve a simple A1 level exercise based on the imperative form in French. L'exercice pour l'impératif en français. C'est parti! Before we begin with solving the exercise, let's have a quick revision. So the imperative form is used to give an order, that is une commande, or to make a request, that is une demande. When it comes to the imperative form, we focus on the three subject pronouns, that is tu, nous, and vous. Tu is the informal you, nous means we, and vous is the formal you or you all, that is in the plural form. So we conjugate any given verb with respect to these subject pronouns, and then we drop the subject pronouns since we do not require them in the imperative form. However, when it comes to making the imperative for the regular ER verbs in French, not only do we drop these subject pronouns, but we also drop the S in the tu form, since that is the rule. But we must also note that this rule, where we drop the S in the tu form, is only for the regular ER verbs in French and not for the regular IR verbs and RE verbs in French. Apart from that, we must also remember that there are some exceptional verbs like avoir, être, savoir, and vouloir. And last but not the least, we must remember to put the exclamation mark to make the imperative form. So let us begin with solving the sentences. Let's have a look at the first one. Tu as du courage, which means you have courage. And the verb in the brackets is avoir, which means to have. Let's start by looking at the subject pronoun, that is tu. We do not require the subject pronoun for the imperative form, so we move on to seeing the conjugated verb, that is a, which belongs to the verb avoir. Now the verb avoir is one of the exceptional verbs when it comes to the imperative form. So we need to make the imperative form for the verb avoir with respect to the subject pronoun tu. In that case, we get a, and then the remaining sentence as it is. And of course, we must add the exclamation mark. Aie du courage, which means have courage. Moving on to the next sentence. Nous sommes à l'heure, which means we are on time. The verb is être, which means to be. The verb in the brackets is être, which means to be. The subject pronoun is nous. The conjugated verb is sommes, which belongs to the verb être. Être is also one of the exceptional verbs when it comes to the imperative form. So in this case, the imperative form for the verb être with respect to the subject pronoun nous, we get soyons, and then the remaining sentence as it is. And of course, we add the exclamation mark. Soyons à l'heure, which means let us be on time. Moving on to the next one. Vous remplissez la fiche, which means you fill in the form. The subject pronoun is vous. The conjugated verb is remplissez, which belongs to the verb remplir, which means to fill or to fill in. Now, the verb remplir is a regular IR verb. So, we need to make the imperative form for the verb remplir with respect to the subject pronoun vous. In this case, we simply have to drop the subject pronoun vous. So, all that we get is remplissez la fiche, and of course the exclamation mark. Remplissez la fiche, which means fill in the form. Moving on to the next one. Tu sais la leçon, which means you know the lesson. The subject pronoun is tu. The conjugated verb is sais, which belongs to the verb savoir, which means to know how or to know something in the general sense. So, the verb savoir is one of the exceptional verbs when it comes to the imperative form. So, to make the imperative for the verb savoir with respect to the subject pronoun tu, we get sache, and then the remaining sentence as it is, and of course the exclamation mark. Sache la leçon, which means know the lesson. And the last sentence. Nous nageons dans la piscine, which means we are swimming in the swimming pool. The subject pronoun is nous. The conjugated verb is nageons, which belongs to the verb nager, which means to swim. So we need to make the imperative form for the verb nager with respect to the subject pronoun nous. And given the fact that the verb nager is a regular ER verb, all we have to do is simply drop the subject pronoun nous. So we get nageons dans la piscine, and of course the exclamation mark. Nageons dans la piscine, which means let us swim in the swimming pool. Thank you for watching et à bientôt.